It is time now to let the world outside gently fade away. Find your comfortable place of rest, allowing your body to settle into the softness of your bed. Let your arms and legs grow heavy, releasing any tension they might hold. There is nothing you must do, nowhere you must be. Your only task now is to welcome the peace of this quiet moment and to prepare for a deep restorative sleep. Take a slow, calming breath in, filling your lungs with tranquility. And as you exhale, imagine all the cares of the day flowing out with your breath, dissolving into the quiet air. Allow your eyelids to feel heavy, and when you are ready, let them close. The world outside disappears, and you are left in a warm, safe darkness, a gentle space where you can truly rest. Your rest has been deep and profound, a timeless journey into stillness. Now awareness returns, not as a sharp awakening, but as the gentlest of currents, a slow stirring in a deep, quiet pool. The first thing you perceive is not a sight or a sound, but a feeling of profound safety and a deep, resonant peace that seems to vibrate in the very air around you. You are still in the dragon's cavern, behind the shimmering curtain of the waterfall. You are resting on a bed of impossibly soft, glowing moss, and a gentle warmth radiates up from the smooth stone beneath you. The cavern is filled with a soft, multicolored light, a living glow from the great crystals of amethyst and quartz embedded in the walls. It is a light that soothes rather than illuminates. The deep, constant rumble of the waterfall is still there, a comforting, unchanging presence. It is a sound that has become a part of your rest, a steady, rhythmic lullaby that has held you in its embrace all through the night. It feels less like a sound you hear and more like a feeling, a gentle vibration that calms your entire being. You slowly, and without any urgency, allow your eyes to drift open. The scene is just as you remember it, a cavern of gentle light and soothing sound. The great green dragon is still here, its immense body curled protectively around the space where you rest. Its eyes are closed, its breathing a slow, deep, and steady rhythm that is almost imperceptible. You watch the slow rise and fall of its moss-colored flank. With each exhalation, a tiny, faint wisp of silver smoke curls from its nostril, catching the crystalline light for a moment before dissolving into the warm air. The sight is profoundly peaceful. You feel no fear, only a deep sense of gratitude and tranquility. You feel wonderfully, completely rested. Every part of your body feels renewed, as if you have been steeped in pure peace. You take a slow, deep breath. The air in the cavern is clean and warm, smelling of ancient stone, damp earth, and something else, something faintly sweet and floral, like night-blooming jasmine. As if sensing your waking, one of the dragon's great golden eyes slowly opens. It is not a sudden movement, but a lazy, sleepy parting of the scaled lid. The golden iris, vast and ancient, regards you with a gentle, knowing calm. There is no surprise, only a quiet acknowledgement, a peaceful welcome to the new day. The deep, rumbling voice once again forms in your mind, as soft as a distant echo. You have rested well. The night has passed in peace. The thought is a comfort, a simple statement of fact that feels like a blessing. You form your own thought in reply, a feeling of gratitude. Thank you for this sanctuary. The dragon's great eye blinks, very slowly. Peace is a sanctuary that builds itself when given a quiet place to grow. It is time, I think, for the morning light. The village will be waking soon. The dragon begins to uncurl its immense body. The movement is so slow, so fluid. It is like watching a mountain range shift over millennia. There is no sound, save for the whisper-soft scrape of a single scale on the stone floor. It rises to its feet, its great form filling the cavern with its gentle, powerful presence. It turns its head and dips its shoulder once more, the silent invitation to climb aboard. You rise from your soft bed of moss, feeling light and refreshed. You walk to its side, place your hands on the warm, smooth scales, and easily climb up to your comfortable perch on its broad, strong back. With a grace that defies its size, the dragon turns towards the shimmering curtain of the waterfall. It does not leap, but simply walks forward, and with a single powerful downbeat of its great wings, you are airborne. You pass through the wall of water, a momentary, refreshing coolness, and emerge into the pre-dawn air. The world outside is hushed and still. The sky is no longer the deep indigo of night, but a soft, velvety gray, with the faintest hint of pale rose coloring the eastern horizon. The valley is filled with a thick white blanket of mist, so you cannot see the ground. Only the dark, silent peaks of the mountains rising like islands from a cloud-filled sea. The flight is even slower and more gentle than before. The dragon seems to be gliding on the cool morning air, its wing beats slow and measured, a deep, rhythmic whoosh that is the only sound in the silent world. You are flying above the clouds in a world of soft gray and gentle pink. The air is cool and clean, and it feels wonderful against your skin. It carries the scent of pine from the high mountain forests and the clean, damp smell of the mist below. You feel suspended between night and day, in a quiet, magical moment that belongs to neither. As you travel back towards HavenWood, the sun begins to rise in earnest. The pale rose on the horizon deepens to a vibrant orange and a soft, buttery yellow. These colors spill across the tops of the clouds, painting them in breathtaking hues. It is a silent, magnificent spectacle, and you are watching it from the best seat in the world. Soon you begin to descend. You dip gently into the sea of mist, and the world of color above disappears, replaced by a soft, white, featureless world. The air grows more damp, and you can feel the coolness of the moisture on your cheeks. It is like flying through a dream.
Then, just as gently as you entered, you emerge from the bottom of the cloud bank. Below you now is the lake. The water is a sheet of dark, still glass, perfectly reflecting the pastel colors of the sky above. The surface is undisturbed, save for the slow, concentric ripples that spread out from where the dragon's wingtips graze the water.
You see the long, silver-gray line of the wooden dock ahead. The dragon glides towards it, its speed decreasing until it feels as if you are simply floating. With a final, whisper-soft beat of its wings, its great feet touch down on the wooden planks, making barely a sound, not even a creak from the old wood.
The dragon lowers its neck, and you slide gently back down to the solid surface of the dock. The wood feels cool and slightly damp beneath your bare feet. The dragon does not leave. It lowers its great body to rest once more, its head on the planks, its golden eye turned towards the still water, watching the dawn.
The morning is incredibly quiet. The birds have not yet begun their full chorus, offering only a few sleepy, tentative chirps from the willow trees that line the shore. The only other sound is the faintest lapping of water against the dock's posts, a sound so soft it is almost just a feeling. Your gaze drifts from the beautiful water to the shore. There, standing just a few feet from the water's edge, is a tree. It is a yew tree, but unlike any you have ever seen. It is immensely old, its trunk gnarled and thick, twisted into a beautiful, complex shape by centuries of slow, patient growth. Its bark is a deep, reddish brown, peeling and papery scrolls in some places, and covered in a soft green blanket of moss in others. Its dark, needle-like leaves form a dense, low canopy that seems to create a space of deep, quiet shadow beneath it. It does not feel like just a tree. It feels like a presence. It feels like the heart of the lake's stillness. The dragon's voice gently enters your mind, pulling you from your reverence. You see the heartwood. She is older than the village, older than the mountains, some say. She is the keeper of our quiet. Your mind forms a question, soft and curious. The keeper of the quiet? The dragon's golden eye blinks slowly. Every place has a heart, a center of its peace. HavenWood's heart is not a building or a person, it is her. Would you hear her story? You answer with a feeling of deep, peaceful curiosity. Yes. The dragon does not move, its gaze still fixed on the ancient tree. Then listen not to me, its thought rumbles, but to the stillness. The story is there. And as you quiet your mind and focus on the immense peace that emanates from the yew tree, another story begins to unfold, not in words, but in feelings and images, a legend whispered on the silent morning air. You feel a sense of immense antiquity, a time long before the moon's tear created the lake. You see the valley, but it is not empty. It is filled with the first dreams of the world. Not the dreams of people or creatures, but the quiet,
formless dreams of the earth itself, dreams of mountains and rivers and forests yet to be. These dreams were like a slow, swirling mist, a collection of pure potential and peace. But they had no anchor, no place to rest. They drifted on the winds, beautiful but ephemeral. A single star, watching from the cosmic dark, saw this and felt a quiet wish to give these dreams a home. So the star took a tiny piece of its own core, not the burning fire, but the silent, steady light at its very center. It shaped this light into a single, tiny seed, a seed that held the essence of patience and endurance. And it let the seed fall, a slow, glittering descent through the aeons. The seed landed here, in the soft earth of the valley, and where it touched the ground, the swirling, formless dreams of the world were drawn to it. They settled around it, nurturing it, pouring all their quiet potential into this single point. And from that union, a tiny seedling began to grow.
This was the yew tree. It did not grow quickly. It grew at the speed of geology, at the pace of a turning galaxy. Each new needle, each new twist of a branch took 1,000 years. It was not in a hurry. It was simply becoming.
As it grew, it became a library for the earth's quietest thoughts. The peace of a still dawn, the patience of a waiting stone, the gentle strength of flowing water. All of these feelings were absorbed into its wood, into its very sap. It became a living vessel of tranquility. When the moon's tear fell and the lake was formed, the water pooled around the tree's ancient roots, drinking of its peace. And the lake, in turn, reflected the tree's stillness back upon itself, creating a perfect, harmonious circle of calm that filled the entire valley. And when the first folk arrived, the dwarves and the elves, the fauns and the satyrs, they did not choose this place for its resources or its strategic location. They were drawn here by the profound, unspoken peace that emanated from the lake and the tree. It was a feeling of coming home. They built their homes, their village of HavenWood, around this center of quiet. And the tree, the heartwood, shared its peace with them all. It is said that when a resident of HavenWood dreams, their most peaceful dreams drift from their minds and find their way here, to rest for a while among the dark, gentle branches of the yew, adding to its collection of tranquility. The legend fades, leaving you with a feeling of profound connection to this ancient, silent being. You understand now why the air here feels so still, so deeply restful. You are at the very heart of HavenWood's peace. The sun has now fully risen, cresting the distant mountains. Its first direct rays of light touch the top of the yew tree, making the dewdrops on its dark needles sparkle like 1,000 tiny stars, a quiet echo of its own origin. The dragon on the dock stirs, lifting its great head. Its voice enters your mind one last time. Now you know. Carry its quiet with you. And with that, it pushes off from the dock, its great wings catching the air. It circles once, high above the lake, a silent, graceful farewell, before flying back towards its misty mountain home. You are left alone on the dock, in the golden light of the new morning. The silence is complete, yet it does not feel empty. It feels full of the story you just learned, full of a deep and ancient peace. You walk off the dock, your bare feet sinking into the soft, cool grass of the shore. You approach the great yew tree. You stand beneath its low-hanging branches in the deep, cool shade it provides. The air here is still and smells of rich, damp earth and the sharp, clean scent of the yew needles. You reach out and place a hand on its gnarled, mossy trunk. The bark is rough and ancient, yet you feel a strange, gentle, living warmth deep within the wood. You stay there for a long time, simply standing, with your hand on the tree, breathing in the quiet. You feel the stillness of the place seeping into you, calming your thoughts, slowing your heartbeat. It is a profound and deeply healing moment.
Eventually, feeling deeply rested and centered, you feel the gentle pull of your own quiet space. You take your hand from the tree, giving it a silent thank you, and turn to follow the path back towards the village.
The walk back up the path is beautiful in the morning light. The sun streams through the willow branches, creating dancing patterns of light and shadow on the stone path. The birds are in full song now, their cheerful melodies filling the air. When you reach the village square, it is beginning to stir with the same gentle, purposeful activity you witnessed before. The dwarf baker is setting out a tray of warm, golden croissants in his window. The elf from the bookshop is sweeping the doorstep, the ginger cat watching from its sunny spot on the sill. It is a picture of perfect, peaceful routine. You pass through the square, feeling the peace of the heartwood still radiating within you. You feel a part of this place now, a quiet participant in its gentle rhythm. You find the mossy path that leads to your cottage, and it feels wonderfully familiar, like the path to your own front door.
The walk through the woods is warm and pleasant. The sun filters through the birch leaves, dappling the path with coins of golden light. You hear the drowsy hum of bees and the rustle of small creatures in the undergrowth. The world is awake, but it is a gentle, unhurried waking. Soon your cottage comes into view. It looks so welcoming, nestled in its garden, with the morning sun warming its honey-colored stones. A thin curl of smoke is rising from the chimney, which is strange, as you did not light a fire. It is not a worrisome sight, but a curious, gentle one. You walk through your lavender garden and to the green door. It is slightly ajar. You push it open and step inside. The cottage is warm, and a small, cheerful fire is crackling in the hearth. On the small wooden table where the welcome basket was, there is now a single steaming mug and a small plate with a warm cinnamon bun. There is no one here. It is another quiet, kind gesture from the unseen, gentle folk of HavenWood. A silent welcome home from your night away. You smile, feeling a deep sense of belonging. This place takes care of you. You sit at the table and wrap your hands around the warm mug. It is a simple herbal tea, smelling of chamomile and honey. The cinnamon bun is warm and soft, its sweet scent filling the small room.
You eat and drink slowly, watching the flames dance in the hearth, feeling completely and utterly content. After your simple, perfect breakfast, a pleasant drowsiness begins to settle over you. It is not the tiredness of exhaustion, but the deep relaxation that comes from a soul at peace. Your journey to the dragon's cave, the beautiful flight, the story of the ancient tree, it has all filled you with a profound sense of calm. The overstuffed armchair by the fire calls to you once again. You leave your empty mug on the table and walk over to the chair, sinking into its deep, soft cushions. The warmth from the fire is a gentle caress on your skin. The little book of poetry is still on the floor where you left it. You don't need to read. You simply lean your head back and close your eyes. The sounds of the cottage are a perfect lullaby. The soft crackle and pop of the fire, the gentle ticking of the house as it warms in the sun, the distant, happy chirping of the birds outside your window. The feeling of peace from the yew tree is still with you, a quiet, steady presence in the center of your being. You feel grounded, safe, and deeply calm. You feel as though you have put down your own roots here, in this quiet, magical soil. Your breathing becomes slow and deep, matching the rhythm of the crackling fire. The warmth spreads through your body, from your toes to your fingertips, melting away any last lingering trace of tension. You are a still pool of water, reflecting the warm, golden light of the fire. The soft cushions of the chair hold you perfectly. You feel completely supported, completely safe. You can let go now. Let go of the morning's gentle adventure. Let go of all thought. There is only this chair, this warmth, this peace. Your mind begins to drift, floating on a gentle tide of drowsiness. The images of the day float by like soft clouds. The glittering crystals in the cave, the sunrise over the sea of mist, the deep, wise, golden eye of the dragon, the ancient, gnarled bark of the heartwood. These are not thoughts that keep you awake, but gentle, peaceful memories that light your path toward sleep. They are touchstones of tranquility, reminders of the deep, quiet magic of this place, a magic that now holds you in its gentle, sleepy embrace. You are on the edge of sleep once more. A beautiful, welcoming state of deep rest awaits you. Your cottage holds you, the fire warms you, and the peaceful spirit of HavenWood watches over you. Let go now. Allow yourself to drift. Allow yourself to dream sweet, quiet dreams. Rest now. Just rest.